I'm David Dom. Welcome to our tailgate. You know, we sometimes run into unexpected circumstances, don't we? And 2020 is going to be one of those years we tell our kids and grandkids about. And we just had another one of those events, didn't we? We just had another one of those things to tell our grandkids about. So by this time, I know you're aware that on June 4th, the U.S. Court of Appeals in the Ninth Circuit uh, chose to vacate the EPA's 2018 registration on three dicamba-based herbicides. And they cited a lack of substantial evidence to support EPA's decision that those products were safe and to the environment and so on. And so right now, farmers and you are really restricted in regards to, we can't use Extend Max, we can't use Fexapan, we can't use Ingenia. And so I'm sure you're having conversations with farmers that might be emotional and wearing that T-shirt that says, what's next? What else can happen? Now, what's this going to cost me? What do I use now? So you're having those conversations, and what I want to just remind you of is that how you sell, how you talk, what we ask absolutely matters. And so I want to give you some tips. So grab that notebook, grab that pen. Let's get started. When you think about those customers right now that you have a high degree of trust with, you've been working with them, I'm going to just give you some options in regards to really continue to strengthen that relationship. And I might just have you just say, Bob and Jerry and Susie, I've been able to provide three options for farmers like you right now that really are restricted and don't know what to do now in regards to not being able to spray dicamba-based herbicides. Would you be curious to know those options that I've been able to provide other operations? Now, you know what they're going to say. Well, they're going to say yes. The reason why that last question is so important is there's a lot going on in their mind. We got to engage their mind. And we need them to say, yeah, I'd like to know. Okay? So asking that question can really be helpful. The two most powerful words that you can ever use when you have a tremendous amount of trust with someone is, here's what I recommend we do. Now, you have to have that trust. You have to have the trust in the relationship, and there has to be that trust in the recommendations that you've provided in the past. But the words I recommend are extremely powerful, and I'd have you remember those words. When you think about other ways to open up a call, and you think about the opportunity that you have right now with maybe customers that you maybe aren't in what I would call first position with. They're maybe it's because of how long you've been in the territory, or it might be that you just haven't, you've had some things that just you haven't been able to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Well, now's the opportunity to head back. Now's the time to head back, and one of the words or phrases that you can use is get ready for this now. You ready? Got your pencil ready? Almost every farming operation I'm speaking with right now are telling me that finding options to replace the dicamba that they were planning on spraying on their soybeans right now is their number one concern. Now think about what we just did. For many guys, that is their number one concern, or almost to the top. Those words right now are a lot different than, hey, I just stopped by and thought I would see how you're doing. You see how that doesn't strengthen the relationship? It's winging and it's flying by the seat of your pants. We got to be better. So I'll give it to you again. Almost every farming operation I'm speaking with right now, that they're telling me finding options to replace the dicamba products that they were planning on spraying on their soybeans right now is their number one concern. Can you share with me what you're thinking right now? What options that you've considered? What questions do you have? I immediately thought of you, Jared, and that's why I stopped here today. That's why I called you. And I'd be curious to know if you would be open for me stopping tomorrow or in the afternoon tomorrow to just have a conversation about what some of those options. A lot of other farmers that I've worked with have really appreciated sitting down and just really mapping out the best options for weed control and then the best options in regards to fitting in your budget. What would work for you? That's a lot better than just showing up and how's it going? Here's another one. Are you ready? You know, when I'm working with other farming operations right now, they often want to know what they can do right now to find really good options to replace the dicamba that they were planning on spraying. And the reason why they've really been curious to know what we're doing is that, they just hadn't spent a lot of time thinking about what they were going to use, and they really want an expert. They want somebody that's really knowledgeable to come in and chat. I'm sure you're the same, right? When could we sit down and talk about it? You're gonna when you use these words and these questions and these openings, it engages the farmer, doesn't it? And your results are just flat out better. I'll give you the 6 steps to kickoff. You've heard me use this one before. Are you using it? I've been able to work with a lot of farmers right now who are just really frustrated with the decision that came out of the Ninth Circuit regarding the inability to use dicamba-based herbicides. Can I ask you a question? Well, yeah, David. Well, lately the two biggest questions that I've been getting is number one, what are my best options right now? And then the second question that they're asking me is how will this potentially impact what I plant this upcoming fall? I was just curious, have any of those questions been on your mind lately? You're not winging it. You're not flying by the seat of your pants. You're extremely intentional, and you're going to find that you're going to help more farmers. Your win percentage is going to go up, and when your win percentage goes up, you're able to help more and more farmers. Now, one of the things that you don't have time for and that farmers don't have time for is what I call indecision. And we got to move. We got to move because the calendar says we got to be spraying. We got to move because there's going to be less options because there's going to be more demand for other products. And so one of the things that I'd have you do is when you get to the decision time, we got to be bold. We got to be confident to ask, based on the options that I've just given you, which one would you prefer? And can I move ahead in getting that reserved, getting that ordered, getting that sprayed for you? Can I move ahead and getting that into the queue so we can get you taken care of? Because I'm afraid if we don't move now, we're going to have less options tomorrow. I invite you, if you just need someone to chat with, and you wanna just talk about how you can show up differently, I'd ask you to reach out to me. Text messages is the best. That phone number is 402-620-5841. That number again, 402-620-5841. Let me know who's sending the text, and I'll get back with you within 24 hours. Now is the time for you to be your best. Now is the time that a lot of people will hide. Now is the time that a lot of people that might be doing your job aren't doing their job. Now is the time to change what I call the trajectory of your career and your sales and the relationship that you have with customers. Now is the time. When everything's going well, it's hard to separate. When things are challenging, when things are tough, when things are frustrating, that's when real men and women step up. Now is the time to be your best. It's what we do on these tailgate sessions. We talk about real life. We talk about it in a real way so that you can have the real success that I know you want to have. I'm David Dom. Be safe and be great.